The rural way of life is about making everyone feel at home. Tractor Supply chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to transform intelligent customer service. Together, we put the power of AI to work across 2,200 stores, keeping things running seamlessly inside, curbside, and countryside. This is elevated customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Welcome to Eejits of the World!
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You are Glenn Wool.
And you are Andrew Maxwell.
And we together are saying hello to you.
Bonjour.
This week on Eejits of the World, we are covering the naughty topics that are sexy mermaids.
And sexy statues, just all told.
Yeah.
They're all sexy.
Genghis Khan's in there. Mm-hmm. We're also going to be discussing cocaine submarines.
Ooh. And Arthur Knight, if that is your real name.
What in the world of Eejits is springing to mind?
Yes, there's been a plethora this week, but we'll take it down the statue route.
There is a bit of a hoo-ha going on, brewing down in the Mezzogiorno, southern Italy, where there's a small town in Puglia, where they commissioned a statue.
Now that sounds like an Italian swear.
Let me tell you, it's you tell the guys in Bari, there's a small fishing town that commissioned a statue of a mermaid, and it's been revealed, and it's a very curvy, sexy mermaid, right? And people are complaining that it's too provocative. Right? This is so great. Like, there's people in Puglia are complaining that it's too provocative. You are the heel on the sexy boot that is Italy.
I know. Too provocative for Italians. They'd fuck a Vespa's pipe if they could get Don't slow down, or you'll actually get one of them just humping your Vespa. Like, hey, what am I not doing? Hey.
Look, it is so chrome. It go brum brum. Don't vibrate as you go through my town. If you don't want me, fuck you, you delicious Vespa.
So I can't imagine the groping the statue's been taking every day. You have to just go shoo them away like pigeons, or they're just all over the thing.
Mamma mia, have you seen this statue? She's like a brick house. She almighty mighty, letting it all hang out.
This guy dumped his Vespa. As soon as he saw the statue, he broke up with her.
Hey, I don't need you no more. I'm going to leave you with the keys in the ignition and see who takes you. There are people going, actually, it's finally a representation of a curvy woman. This is reality. To which it's a mermaid. There is no mermaids.
Yeah.
Whether gym body mermaid, curvy stacked mermaid, or, a petite svelte mermaid, they're all types of a thing that there is no fucking mermaids.
Well, agree to disagree.
Pardon?
Just kidding.
You're coming down, after all this time, you're coming down on the side of yes, mermaids exist.
I think everybody should be allowed one conspiracy theory, and I'm going with real mermaids. So
that's all right. Well, yeah, why not?
They tried to push that narrative,
Who did?
like the History Channel and all of those. I think they were just getting sick of looking for the
Bigfoot.
Sasquatch.
Oh, God. He's a disappointment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sasquatch. Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
they've got it down to well, we've got him. We found him knocking on trees. So here's the footage, and then you just hear someone. That's him. That's how they do it.
I believe we have an offender. 7 foot, pretty hairy. Like, also where the mermaids are meant to be in Northern California is also where they're growing all the super strength weed.
Yeah, and that's where sea lions live too.
In the woods.
Oh, I thought you meant mermaids.
No.
Ah, yeah, yeah. So, that's
So
what
you
we're-
think that's the origin story of the mermaid is sea lions?
and weed
Yeah, I suppose you put weed and sea lions together.
and a bunch of lonely sailors.
Really lonely sailors.
Yeah,
You only need to be half lady. Trust me.
I learned a trick in Peru. You only need the top half.
Up top, I make love to you. Down below, I sear you at really high temperature. Garlic butter all over you.
Everywhere.
But actually, if you think about it, though, this is the complaint. So this mermaid is the very fuller figure of mermaid.
Yeah,
She's a big old mermaid lady.
she's a beautiful lady.
She's a big,
I really thought it was a lovely statue.
lovely statue of a mermaid.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if the thing is, if you start off with a really big statue lady, you can always chip her down to another size. But if you start off like with a small statue, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. You have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
You have
You
to
can't.
chip the whole world to
Yeah.
to be.
But if mermaids did exist, they probably, would, have a fair old layer of insulation to them, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I was living in the cold sea,
Yeah. You know what I mean?
like a walrus. Yeah.
yeah,
I
like
don't see any skinny walruses.
ugh, yuck. Just tottering around, all tusk. Like a 90s reality star falling out of a nightclub. Just bits of tusk falling off her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think under those circumstances.
No, I think the only problem with the mermaid statue that I could see was that they'd given her an actual bum with a crack.
Yeah.
And that is not what mermaids have.
That's not traditional canon of
No.
mermaid depiction. She's usually a lady from the belly button up.
Yeah.
And then she is all fish down there.
Yeah. And if you actually give her a bum, now, of course, then that gives you options. But
Then you're just dealing with a lady with scaly legs, aren't you?
yeah. She's actually just a vaginal fish.
Oh, I'll never not hear that now. Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
But that's what the world of science is, that's what it's there for, to decide what things are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you're only 1/4 fish,
What?
yeah,
You're a quarter fish, what?
you're something else. Yeah,
Yeah, you're not a mermaid.
No, and if they really wanted to take him to task and go, you were commissioned to make a mermaid.
Yeah.
And this is,
Mermaids don't have asses.
yeah, this is some street mermaid shit here.
Street
You
mermaid.
stepped all over this mermaid. 25% pure.
This ain't no real deal mermaid. This is a street flopping mermaid. I'm glad that the mermaids probably don't exist. You'd
Yeah.
hate to see them fall on hard times.
Oh, yes.
You know what I
They
mean?
would be abused. They would.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all know what sailors do to each other, so
I
let
know.
alone what they do to mermaids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, sailors are famous for it.
Oh,
There's probably were mermaids, and they've probably fished and fucked them out of existence. That's probably a sadder
And
thing.
then, yeah, like...
And now the big fishing has tried to cover it up by going, that was all a myth.
Yeah, well, it's in a lot of books. No, they didn't exist. There wasn't, no.
That's what Vasco da Gama circumnavigated the globe. Just a Portuguese guy looking for a fishy lady to enjoy.
Yeah. And they still didn't have...
They're still on, they're on the maps. There you go. The maps that we're still using.
Yeah.
The basic layout of the map was laid out by, I think it was a Dutch cartographer. Forgot what his name is now. But he's, on his maps, there's mermaids. Yeah. That's a terrifying thought.
I don't think they're to scale, though. I think we would have seen a mermaid that large.
Yeah, I think we've just... Yeah, if the mermaid was the size of the country of Gabon, as it is on the map, then yeah, we're going to see anything the size of Gabon.
Bunch of sailors just trying to Gulliver it down and succeeding.
Yeah. You get hungry out there on the high seas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. There's another... Isn't there another Italian statue?
There is.
Story this week?
Yes, in conjunction with this about sexy statues, a lady in Florida has lost her job. She's the principal of the school because she showed her pupils pictures of Michelangelo's David. And they said, oh, you can't... That's filthy. That's... because he's not wearing any clothes.
Well, the student said this.
No, she was asked to resign over.
Well, number one, is it her subject? Right? If she's not, an art history teacher, she's not teaching a lesson about how Florence was the center of the global humanities in the 14th century. What I'm saying is, if she's the geography teacher and next to you she's got a big statue of David going, huh? What do you think of that?
I think if she...
Woo-wee! I'd like a piece of that. Look at that marble man.
If she maybe had cropped it that it's just the dick and she started sending it to students' phones like a little Florence dick pic. But I worry about this being the thin edge of the wedge and end up being a part of the generation that made David wear clothes. I didn't even know, how do you dress him? Do you dress him in the style of David? Because he's not an actual depiction of David. He's the artist's interpretation.
That's
he
right.
actually was if he was Michelangelo's boyfriend. He wasn't Michelangelo's David. That was,
Yes, unless the guy was called David.
It could very well have been.
It's a great boyfriend's name.
Yeah.
If you were writing a drama and you had to come up with an Italian artist's boyfriend's name, David's pretty good.
Well, and maybe that's why they just attached the the David story afterwards. That's David. It's King David. It was King David.
This guy was biblically proportioned.
But yeah, then I was thinking maybe that's the way. If the best solution is to do something that would please nobody. So if somebody demanded that you put clothes on David, then I would say dress him up in a spangly Dodgers outfit like Elton John when he played Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
and just call him Mike's fuck buddy.
See. Yeah.
So there, you got what you wanted,
Yeah.
but now the truth has come out because that's a lot of those. A lot of the people who sat for the Renaissance, they were actors and quite often boyfriends of the.
Well, you were standing around naked for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also Michelangelo's David is probably the most famous statue in the world. He follows the Greek proportions. So the Renaissance was trying to revive ancient Greek culture.
Oh.
Right. There's a large part of it. So Michelangelo's David is a super ripped hench guy, right?
Yeah.
He's super duper ripped. super, Grecian god size shaped dude, including the tiny Winky. Like, why they're complaining? Like, David has got a tiny ding dong on him, because that's how this is bonkers. I always thought that was because of some sort of prudery, right? They decided to put extra small willies onto their statues, right, in the ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
But this was pre-Christianity. They didn't have any of the Judeo-Christian hang-ups that particularly St. Augustine spread into Christianity, and there's none of that. This is genuine true. The reason why they've got tiny ding-dongs on the statues is because the ancient Greek men thought the ideal dude was a dude with a tiny cock.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough. It seems it's the ancient Greeks plus Glenn Wool.
Yeah.
Agree that the ideal dude is a tiny knob dude.
Well, of course.
But it must be it really cracks me up. Just have this image of just two dudes in, togas, very important men in the Parthenon, discussing, just look at that, it's just absolutely perfect. He got a 1-inch cock, just exactly. He's a god, look at him. All the muscles, very handsome in the face, and a proper tiny little cock. That's the perfect man. And just in the background, women just rolling their eyes. Going, oh. And these dudes know nothing.
Well, maybe they were just trying to save on marble. They'd done the rest. They'd done the work, and they're like, "Hey, guy doesn't need a big dick. Look, he's in good shape. We got But or it was just one. Maybe he had a perfect dick, and it was just one trying to get a vein in there. Snap! Oh no!
Oh, looks like he's going to be flaccid, David. Maybe. Well, maybe. Who knows? But nobody's complaining about him, except for the people who are complaining about him.
Yeah.
Except for the people who are constantly complaining. Go all the way to Florence to see medieval Renaissance art and style and design, and then go, who's the giant marble naked guy?
Yeah, it's the concern about when they say about pornography. They're like, God, we gotta cancel it all, and then you're like, well, what about all the naked pictures? And then they're like, wow, oh, you got us. Yeah, we gotta cancel that too.
There's a lot of frescoes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just let everybody do it. Like
What? Do what?
Be naked if you
I don't know. Have you ever been in anywhere where you're allowed to be naked? Have you ever been in parts of Germany, Austria, where they, Hallenbad, no, Freibad, the outdoor naked swimming pools of Deutschland?
Yes.
The people that avail of those opportunities are people that fucking really need to put clothes on. There's some seriously, in Germany, they will just get, I don't know what it is about Germans. The minute they retire, the minute English people retire, they think they fought in the Second World War.
Yeah.
Right. The minute they turn 62, they're absolutely certain they fought in a war that was 30 years too fucking before they could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, you're fucking in your mid-60s.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're saying this picture of a Spitfire over my fireplace is fake? No. Picture's real.
No, I'm saying...
The little painting of yourself in it. That's not. You did that yourself.
Yes. What I'm saying is your only connection to the Spitfire logo is that you still have a jacket with the Who logo on it. Because you're from the 70s, my old mucker. But in Germany, Jesus, they'll get naked in a fucking heartbeat. Wow. You just have a German granny just naked in the park.
Yeah.
But not like specialist park. The park, Glenn.
I know.
The normal park. People don't believe it until they've ever been to that part of the world. Like, they'll be like, she'll be there. Like an 82-year-old German granny all naked in her wizened glory, sunbathing beside the queue for the ice cream van. Right?
Pissing off the ice cream van man, I'd imagine. That can't sell more ice cream.
No, he's just jealous. Why do I have to wear clothes?
I don't think you do, Klaus.
Yeah. Just a couple of cheeky ice creams held at the right angle. Naughty. You'll see them though, German grannies with their mufty old grey wiry tufty muffs sitting a foot out off their belly. She looks like she's sitting on the shoulders of Don King. But it's just the human form. They've actually now statues. It's weird, when there's periodically, in America they're pulling, Southern Confederate statues. He was a war hero. He fought for his state's rights. Well, what sort of rights did your states want? Oh, it was the principle of the right to decide what rights we want to have. It's purely symbolic and very principled. But we're like, what specifically? What? Well, it wasn't really about anything in particular.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there was maybe a little bit of slavery we wanted to hold on to.
Just a touch. Just a little taste.
But statue, but also there was when there's kind of anti-globalist, anti-capitalist sort of environmental riots and kick-offs, whenever it kicks off at Parliament Square in London.
Yeah.
They always box up Winston Churchill. They always
Winston in a box.
just put him inside a box, and then there's always people complaining, well, it's a great boy, he's not inside the statue. It's not what, he's not there. It's just a graven, it's just a depiction of Winston Churchill. They can't, they can't actually hurt him.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know that. Maybe that's what the importance of statues are. It's one way to he's in heaven, and if you do that to him, whatever happens to him, it happens to him up there. He has to wear the little Mohican of grass all day. I'm sorry, they've put it on that statue.
They're playing around down there again. You're not allowed to smoke cigars indoors anymore. He was pissed the entire war. Shit-faced.
I know. Yeah.
Properly leaned into it.
You would.
Yeah, you would. And he eventually defeated the no-fun teetotal Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was addicted to speed. He was an amphetamine junkie, but didn't drink alcohol. That is a weird combination.
Yeah.
He must have been up for days and
enjoying that edgy edge.
Very edgy edge. Yeah, but they're all the statues. There's always comes up. Whereas it's weird in Dublin where I'm from. There's loads of statues, but there's zero respect that is built into it. There's the depiction of Molly Malone, who is again an amply shaped lady, who's sort of meant to be sort of a collective depiction of working class womanhood in Dublin. She was selling. The song goes, she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Right, but now they're...
Oh, I always thought that was a dirty song. She was selling... Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lines to be read between.
Yeah.
But they're thinking of moving her because there's tourists keep rubbing... She's wearing a sort of... the kind of traditional costume that the women serving beer at Oktoberfest wear?
Yes.
Whatever that sort of low cut.
Yeah.
Wench. I think is in a carry-on movie you'd be a wench.
How close to the Italian embassy is this statue?
Okay, it's pretty close. You have to make up with the Vespa. I didn't mean it, baby. You know me, I'm an Alfa Romeo. Baby, I have room for 4 seats. That's a lot of love. With me and you, it's only the 2 of us. Huh? You can only take 1 person. I can take another 3. you know, and maybe somebody unconscious in the booth, okay?
So anyway, they're talking about Molly Malone. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they're
move
thinking
her?
of moving her because it's a brass statue and tourists keep rubbing the boobs. So the boobs are like glowing. And the rest of it is like, you know, that weird browny, greeny colour that the statue.
I've seen this happen in like churches with Buddhist, for luck. But no, it's just
Yeah, this just seems to be. And you know, we didn't start that. That wasn't an Irish tradition.
Yeah.
But now it's tourists are always at it. Always at it. But we don't generally give a shit. That's the Molly Malone statue. But she is simply now in Dublin as the tart with the cart. There's another statue called the Anna Livia statue that's meant to be a depiction of sort of a Celtic, water spirit. Called the Anna Livia, which is meant to be the Celtic water spirit of the Liffey. It's the river that runs through Dublin. But everybody just... And she's reclining in a fountain.
With a bunch of empty Coke cans in her.
Yeah. It's on O'Connell Street. There's definitely syringes. But she is known as the floozy in the jacuzzi. There's a statue of James Joyce, obviously one of the greatest innovators in world literature. Ulysses, obviously his most famous work, then Finnegan's Wake and the Dubliners and whatnot. And he's there.
I've read the short one.
We've all read the short.
Do you have the Dubliners, please?
And, yes, I would like somebody to explain this to me, and then I won't read it. But he's in his dicky bow and he's got his hat at a rakish angle. He's got his little spectacles and he's leaning on his walking cane, and he is simply known as the prick with the stick. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of respect for the statuary art form. Here's another weird thing: is when back in the ancient times, all those Greek statues were painted.
Really?
They were all painted in. They weren't white. The paint's just faded.
Wow.
And now they can do, whatever, chromio, spectro analysis. That's probably not what I'm trying to say. And
Are you sure they can do that? Because that sounds something like you made it up.
It sounds like I've made a science up, Glenn. It does.
Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it up in the Hukupachu Mountains.
They're doing the chromio spectralized, but they were fully painted in statues.
Eyes even?
Everything. Then they were really gaudy, because they'd be able to, they can tiny fragments of the pigment. They can, and I
believe you.
It looks super weird though.
Oh yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Not good. Doesn't look good.
Could you paint them whatever race was, like when the Moors came, did they paint them?
Just repaint them. Yeah, the Moors, they weren't really fans of statues at all. It's time to hide you. It's time to hide your love away.
Everybody's trying to get the mermaid back to their house.
Okay, I look after her, don't you?
No, I'll do it anyway.
Oh, no, you are old. You can't carry this massive dump truck of sexual delight. You are old, Giuseppe. Come, it's okay. You sit in the town square. I will drag this big, rump, fat, wonderful thing back to my lair. I mean house.
Hey.
To my house, not my lair. Who has a lair? Nobody has lairs these days. Not anymore. Not that somebody knows where all the layers are.
Well, I think, the Moors and the Muslims have it right with statues.
No statues.
Well, there are statues, but it can't be of people. You can't have a statue of a person.
You can't have a living animal either. It can be anything.
No, there's
living.
like big teapots. And there's a chicken, I think. And
well, you won't have a chicken. That's a living creature.
wow. Yeah, well, I must have saw it somewhere where they're a little loose with the rules because they could have a statue of a chicken, but
Right.
but especially the teapot, it's just it's so forward thinking. It's like, all right, well, get mad at that.
Who can get mad at a teapot?
Yeah, you might. It gives no focal point.
Of rage.
Yeah,
Unless you're a coffee drinker, of course.
exactly. Yeah, well,
They're pretty big out there, the old coffee drinkers. But it's people get like, I mean, when it was all kicking off, the debate about a year ago about whether it should be pulling down statues of historical figures and who had murky financial connections to the slave trade, particularly, or any of that, all right, yeah, I can imagine a slave trader from a couple of hundred years ago wouldn't be a super duper nice guy. Would have known what he was doing. But that's not the world over. They're not reappraising it. There was, in the last couple of years, Mongolia have just put up one of the world's largest ever statues. They've put up this truly, it's like about 10-story high giant statue of Genghis Khan on a horse, like with a sword in his hand.
yeah.
Looking all Genghis-y. And I was like, fucking hell, I tell you what, when they find out his personal opinions, ooh, when they find out what Genghis really thought about some of the major hot button issues of the day.
Yeah, he was known not to use people's preferred pronouns. He wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
He would just melt. When they sacked the Mongols, by sacked I mean is ransacked.
Kicked him in the balls.
Yeah. So when they kicked everybody in the balls, Baghdad, they burnt to the ground. They killed everybody. The depictions where of the day,
Yeah.
eyewitnesses who survived said that I'm sure you heard the expression, the streets ran with blood.
Yeah.
Right. Not only that happened, they killed so many people that the streets were sticky with the fat from human flesh.
Well, that's why you lost.
Took a while. But nevertheless, they've just put a new statue up to Genghis.
Well, Mongolia's got to get over Genghis Khan.
Well, they can't, because they're literally all his descendants.
Yeah, but what have you done lately?
Who? The Mongolians?
Mongolia.
Well, I'm kind of happy if their world contribution is unleashing the likes of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, we shouldn't. Yeah, come on, see what else you can do.
I think we need to shake that tree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that one. You can have that.
Well, that's statues.
All right.
Do you have one for me?
Yes, this gentleman, he came from America, where he was he'd gotten a host of legal difficulties, and he faked his own death.
This is Nicholas
Rossi, I
Something,
believe.
yeah.
But
Go
he's
on.
got a few names that he goes by.
Okay.
But he'd absconded to Scotland, where he had made it. Like he'd faked his own death, and there was nobody was looking for him. It was just, okay, well, Nick's dead. I guess we'll move on.
Right.
And then he got COVID, and he's a larger gentleman.
Okay.
So he ends up in hospital in Glasgow, and they're like, well, we just have to take your blood. And he's like, no, don't take it. And my fingerprints, no, you don't need them. And
Right. Was he pretending to be English?
yeah, well, he said his name was Arthur Knight. And
A classic name of anybody under 70. Well, how old is he?
he's about 45, he looks to be.
Could you be? Yes, you could possibly be a 40-odd-year-old Arthur. But
No, he's not. He's not. He's an insane man. And then once he was told that, once he told them not to take those, they managed to sleuth out. Well, maybe this he might be wanted. So They didn't take his blood or his DNA of any sort, but his tattoos, which he didn't change. They took pictures of his tattoos and put it into Interpol, and it was like, yes, this is the same man. This is the man that's faked his own death. He's actually wanted by the authorities. So.
For all sorts of horrible things.
Yeah, and so he's still trying to say, like, no, I am not. I'm not. Those just were popular tattoos. Many of us had them at the time. I'm Arthur Knight. I've married this woman.
He's on television.
He did an interview, and then you
in
get
crushed
to finally,
velvet.
Yeah, he looks like Daddy Pig. I don't know if you're a fan of Peppa Pig at all, but
that's not a compliment.
No.
Not Daddy Pig. God, what a loser he is. He has no respect in that family. Yeah. The mummy pig. She's always banging on that laptop. Mm-hmm. What's she doing? She's on Mum's Net. She's banging on, complaining about what pigs men are. No, what men pigs are.
Yeah. And he's, I don't know who the woman is either, but it was incredible. They're just like, and you're still, I don't know why. I can't. And then he tries.
Is this the thing you sent me of? Is this guy in a dicky blow?
Yeah, and he's got like a mask, like an oxygen mask on, just trying to.
Please, this one of me, we just want to be left alone. Like crazy, not an English accent anybody would have. That's what Yanks always do. When Yanks try and do English people, they either go for one of two accents. Oh, jolly old England. Oh, yes, tea and bits, tea and crumpets, tea and crumpets.
The Jefferson's neighbour.
Yeah. Or they all go for the 1970s rock star. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to throw dog food in the swimming pool. Bring the raccoons in, and that would draw in the condors. And I get a rattlesnake would be in a condor's mouth, and I'll be like, why am I not in fucking Birmingham right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's either that, but they seem to have gone for... do you know what he looks like? It looks like he studied England by watching old League of Gentlemen DVDs.
Yeah. And then realizing that the interview wasn't going well, he claims to be unable to walk, and this all of this attention is hurting him. So he can see this woman's not believing him, so he tries to stand up. But then, like, you see, I can't stand up.
Wait, he fails to stand up.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That was what the video was. It was just him trying to stand up.
Yeah. And then they went to his house too to see, because I mean there is a world where maybe Arthur Knight's a real guy, and we're just not. We're not.
He's just in a basement somewhere.
It's just a crazy amount of coincidences, and Arthur Knight has been born and raised in Glasgow with that accent.
Yes.
The guy can't walk, and now we're all picking on him. So we got a couple of bad tattoos in the 2000s. Well, that's just the exact same ones as this guy who's on the run. Hey, you don't know. It could be him.
It could be wee Arthur Knight.
But they found his other like pseudonyms that he was going to attempt to use.
What?
Benjamin.
What?
Benjamin.
Like what? On a piece of paper?
Yeah. Yeah,
but it was a list.
Circled Arthur Knight.
Wow.
Yeah, Benjamin Big. I don't know if you can see how he's what he's referencing there. Adrian Wall.
Really? Yeah. These were the names?
Yeah.
Adrian Wall.
Yeah.
He's out there. There's a real Adrian Wall out there.
I don't think so.
I know. I don't think so.
He's out there if Arthur Knight needs another pseudonym. But
Yes.
that's the only time
When he does-
Adrian Wall is going to get out there.
My name is Giuseppe Negroponte. Let's go.
Everybody on the Vespa.
Yes. Arthur, do away with this ridiculous. Catch a phrase. It's not you. But what I don't understand, it's not like the 1870s. You can't just walk into a town and go, I'm a war hero and I just need someone to stay for the night. Yeah. You know, it's now. You know, you can't pretend to be somebody else. You can just do a DNA test. That's what, you know, in America, they're catching all these, like, cold case serial killers from the 70s and 80s. The people they thought they'd never catch. And it's not because the serial killers finally, screwed up.
The internet sleuths.
Yeah, it's not internet sleuths. It's because the second cousin of the serial killer decided to do one of those genealogy fucking tests. That's happened like about 5 times now. You know what I mean? There's the guy who's like, he hatcheted 20 people in the Bay Area in the 80s and he was like, and then his second cousin was, I wonder if we're Swedish on our mother's side. Handcuffed for you.
Yeah.
They've caught about 4 of them like that way.
Oh, I know. And much like Arthur Knight, they all wheel up with some sort of disease that they couldn't possibly stand trial. I have lupus or something. But yeah, that one guy.
I have a very major allergy to gavels.
Yes, I would love to come down.
So some people can't be in the same room as peanuts. I can't be in the same room as that tiny little wooden hammer that the judges use.
But I wouldn't. Don't change anything for me. You keep using your gavel. I'll stay here.
Just blending in with the rest of Glasgow. People said, Arthur, your voice isn't very convincingly Scottish. I said, listen to how I breathe. Do I not sound in tip-top physical health of a Glaswegian? I ain't enough. Fucking hell. He doesn't sound like us. Clearly no one of us, but fucking hell, he's a sick cunt.
I can breathe like a Glaswegian.
You can breathe like a Glaswegian. Through your fucking ears.
That's the black mold right there.
Oh, lovely black mold.
Oh, yeah. The smell of that. Oh, lovely.
Oh, lovely. Mental. Well, so what's happened with? Is he?
Well, I don't know. It's still ongoing. So we salute you, Arthur Knight, whoever the hell you are.
Whoever the fuck. Well, you've given it a red hot go. I hope we find out who you are, and if you do turn out to be a bad man, you are sent henceforth back to the United States to face charges.
Yeah.
For whatever you've done, fucking wrongin'.
Don't ever drop the Arthur Knight thing. No, that's really working for you.
Oh, to be honest, it'll work so much better back in America.
Yeah. He might get elected if he goes back to America.
He's a real fancy talking hell. You ever
can't be president because you weren't born here.
No.
Actually, I think I know a way around that. He's got the birth certificate. That's all we need to know.
He's got words written on a page.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get somebody in to read them. Get a reader.
Yeah. What's it say? Quicker.
The other way that he could have got into the country, this is an incredible story. They found a homemade submarine.
What?
Yeah, off the coast of Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, the cartels, the Colombian cartels, are making their own submarines.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, it shows initiative, but like, they showed it in the news. This thing was like a submarine, homemade submarine for 3 people. And they were like under the Atlantic for like weeks on end with 3 tons of cocaine.
Started out with 3.5.
You'd
Holy
honestly,
shit.
it would have to be
some of those conversations.
it would have to be in the rations, dude. Like, you should see this thing. It is a small metal tomb that you're going to travel across the North Atlantic in. You'd need 3 tons of cocaine confidence to get into this thing. And apparently there's loads of them.
And why did they need 3 people to run it? Or
Yeah, presumably.
it's just 3 people. They need one guy to do it and then 2 people to listen to him. Another thing, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start a pizza restaurant when we get money.
It'll be an amazing movie. Sylvester Stallone, Arnie, all the guys. Put the band back together one more time. Yeah, apparently there's loads of these coke submarines. They keep just being abandoned.
Yeah, you wouldn't want after that ordeal. You wouldn't want to.
No.
Oh, the smell too. Like, these are submarines, not to code.
Yeah, your connection the other side. Have you got the shit? Oh, a lot of shit. I mean, would you sign up for the cocaine?
I don't think they sign up. I think they get debts of. It starts out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's not like nobody's putting their hand up going, God, I'd love to be in the cocaine submarine.
I am a submariner at heart.
I have always wanted to take to the ocean deep.
Well, good, because you're gonna go deep.
I've always wanted to hear the of the submarine.
For days and months
on end. With you 2 other scared men who owe the cartels a lot of money.
Yeah. This is preferable to what they were gonna do. So.
Yeah.
But I think they're not going all the way across the sea, are they?
They're building these things in the Amazon jungle.
Why don't they just put them on a boat and then like shoot them into the water and then they can...
What, like a coke torpedo? That would be stupid, Glenn. Coke submarines make sense. Coke torpedoes? What? I mean, there's got to be other ways of getting it in. But clearly, the coke submarines is a winner.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sitting here telling the cartels how to do their business. I don't know how to run a cartel.
Not anymore.
No,
it's all changed now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Once the Sinaloa boys got involved, I was like, "That's me. I'm out.
Yeah,
not dealing with them.
No,
I'm an old school corrupt Mexican police force cartel guy."
Once they said I was no longer allowed to light tires on fire and put them over people's head, I was like, "This is it's all changed. This is
the
not
feeling.
What I signed up for."
Where's the whole slitting people's throats and pulling their tongues out? What's happened?
I know.
Mate,
it's changed so quickly. It changes.
God, it just changed. You don't want to sound like an old nervous Nelly, but like I'm just like,
yeah,
not into it anymore.
No, I have my painting now. I still paint people with the tires around their necks burning. I still have these images, and I can hear some of the screams at night when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah. But it's not what it used to be.
It's all different.
Oh, it's all different. It's all internet these days.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a really weird story. Just while we're still in the world of crime, criminal justice, and such. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this story that it turns out? Do you remember the Fugees?
Yes.
One
time.
Yeah, the one-time guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, him.
And kick him out of the studio, by the way.
Yeah.
What was he doing in there? Just singing a lovely song 2 times. Shut up!
Shush. Go find something else to do. Well, he did. He heeded their calls. He went away and ended up becoming a Chinese spy.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. Praz Michel is his name. He ends up working for a Chinese spy. It's a properly insane story. In Malaysia, there was this massive fraud, giant fraud called the 1MBD fraud. Billions went missing. It was sort of like a Ponzi scheme, but it was this guy called J-H-O. I don't know how that's pronounced, but his second name's Lo. Anyway.
Cholo.
Yeah, maybe. But the point is, he was the guy who was behind this massive scam. And to sort of constantly build confidence in it, he was kind of constantly trying to ingratiate with famous Hollywood figures. And this has all ended up with Leonardo DiCaprio taking the witness stand as a prosecutor. The prosecution case. I know, it's probably nuts. The Chinese spy gave Praz Michel 20 million so that the Chinese spy could get a signed picture with Barack Obama. What? Like, it's like such a word salad that I'm just like...
It sounds like AI has written a story.
Yeah, it is. It just, yeah, exactly. That's it. Make up a thriller. Yeah. It must involve fraud, drugs, the Chinese,
and the annoying
Hollywood
guy from the Fugees.
Yeah, but yes, we wanted to be fucking annoying somehow. How many times? One time.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how hard it is to actually hang out with celebrities. This guy had $1 billion. Like, well, we get you the annoying guy from the Fugees.
You can, yeah.
Wow.
You can have the dude from the Fugees. Woo! How much is he going for? Well, he's on Cameo for 22 quid. He'll give you a birthday shout out on Cameo.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chinese government's just like, we paid how much to this guy? You know? Like, it's just showing up. How's the big sting going, Chinese James Bond? Good.
It's really good. I don't do any of that sort of drinking, seducing beautiful women, jumping out of planes. I just buy 90s celebrities.
Yeah.
I've got Praz Michel. I've got Chandler from Friends. I've got some of the really, really big names. They're all swinging my way. H from Steps.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the world of crime.
There we go.
And yet another week has passed.
It sure did.
So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bringing the Eejits to our table.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Pod People's production.
The Pod People.